Hey guys, Mubarak here of In Penny Stock. I wanted to welcome you to our new YouTube channel, which is going to be called In Penny Stock University. All right, here we're going to have only exclusive content by yours truly, Mubarak Shah, teaching you how to get started trading stocks, whether it's penny stocks, large cap, blue chip stocks like Twitter, Facebook, Google, Amazon, and all areas in between. All right, so even if you haven't started trading before, regardless of your background or experience, we're going to go step by step on how you can become a profitable trader. Trading is just like any other skill, and at In Penny Stock University, I'll be dropping content that'll teach you whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced trader, all of the steps you need to take to make sure you're improving your skills as a trader and, of course, becoming profitable. All right? The previous channel, In Penny Stock Use, is now going to be a compendium of different videos that we'll be putting up from traders in order to educate you and show you all the different opinions and trading strategies that are successful today and in the future as well. All right, so what you can do now is subscribe, like the channel, and if you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to us at admin, A-D-M-I-N, at inpennystock.com. There you can let us know about any suggestions you have about content you're looking for, what you'd like to learn, or any comments or feedback we have, because I'm making this channel for you guys to be able to get behind the scenes insight on how to be a successful trader. All right, whether you're working full time and want to trade part time, whether you want to learn how to trade, while working from home, or even if you're traveling and want to be able to trade regardless of where you're at, we're going to teach you how to do that at inpennystock.com. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Hey guys, Mubarak here of In Penny Stock. Hope you're doing well. Actually traveling right now on the second part of my honeymoon with my beautiful, beautiful wife, and really had the idea of making a specific video that I know you guys have been wondering about, which is how to start trading while you're traveling. Okay, it's something that a lot of people want to be able to do, and it's a really great advantage that us traders have being able to do so. So I want to go over a couple of the main key items you want to make sure you have set up so that way you can be successful while you're trading. So one of the key things, right, is if you're going to be trading when you're traveling, you have to first obviously make sure that your timelines line up, right? So what I have here is right now I'm in Milan, staying at the Excelsior Hotel, and the great thing about being here is that the market opens 6 hours later, right? So it's 3:30 p.m. here in Italy. That's when the stock market opens, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And so that's a really, really cool advantage that I didn't realize that I'm going to start really pushing out to my European students is, that is a major, major advantage that you have, because if you're trading while traveling, or if you're trying to trade while working full time, if you're in an overseas country, anywhere in Europe, in Asia, Australia, the perk and advantage you have is the delayed timing. So technically you could work your 9 to 5 and still engage in the trading of the US markets, right? But if you're traveling, right, there's a few key things I want to make sure that you have, right? So first, make sure you have a reliable Wi-Fi connection, okay? Honestly, for traders, that's really all that we rely on, is a fast internet connection. And if you've seen some certain Wall Street movies and understand kind of the components there, you'll know that speed and connection or Wi-Fi connectivity is a crucial part of being able to trade. And in Wall Street, they'll pay billions of dollars to be able to get millisecond advantages. If you haven't seen the movie Hummingbird Project, I really recommend it. It's a nice kind of casual video, but it really helps you understand what Wall Street is doing and how you should relate to that. Now, the great thing about penny stocks, and the reason I created inpennystock.com, was because that is the place where we, as a normal consumer, a normal retail trader, as they would label us, have the advantage, okay? Retail traders are people like you and I who trade with $500, $1,000, $5,000, but we're basically managing our own kind of savings or investing account and trying to grow that, trying to trade with that. And the best thing there is that in the penny stock markets, OTC, pink sheets, even though there's some big companies doing the market makers, which is, like Citadel, Goldman Sachs, if you use level 2, you'll see that for some reason there's these big companies that'll buy 100,000 shares of a certain stock, 500,000 of a share. And those companies, right, the reason they're at a disadvantage is because they aren't able to get their orders filled in one shot, right? If I'm trying to buy a stock, I might buy 1,000 shares, 5,000 shares max, if it's a penny stock, like under $1, right? And so that can usually get filled pretty fast because there's other people buying and selling that amount. But the institutional traders, it'll take them a long time to get their order filled. If they're putting in a $10 million buy, they might get 500,000. Even that's a large amount. Say they're doing a $1 million buy, they'll get $50,000 filled, and then the stock price will move up again if they're buying, right? And that's why I tell you guys to utilize level 2 to be able to identify levels of support and resistance, okay? But again, I don't want to get on a tangent, but anytime there's those very key aspects of information that I feel you should have, I always make sure that you guys get it. So step 2 is making sure that you have a trading setup, right? So just how you have at home, you can't have distractions, right? The reliable Wi-Fi is number 1. The setup is number 2, and what that would usually consist of is, if you're traveling in a hotel, or if you're traveling, around coastal regions or something and you're using LTE, you need to be careful and make sure that you have proper stop losses set in place. Because if you have choppy Wi-Fi, that can be the difference between, you being able to successfully close out a trade in a profit, or unfortunately you disconnect or something goes wrong and you lose your connection, and then the stock price goes to where you want it and then plummets down to something where you're in a loss. So you don't want to be in that position, okay? What I would actually recommend is, this is probably tip number 3, is utilizing a VPN, okay? That's a little, it stands for a virtual private network, and don't worry, it's nothing shady. It's basically just the ability for you to be able to connect to a certain server in a location that allow you to have more consistent Wi-Fi, or that's at least how I found it. I'm not a technical person in terms of IT or programming or networking, but that's kind of what I've found to be useful, is being able to connect to that certain Wi-Fi or that VPN when I needed to. Another thing I found people doing, a student actually brought this up to me and I thought it was a cool concept and makes sense, is something called RDP. And basically, I think it's like a remote desktop protocol. I don't know the exact, definition, but it's the concept of like a team viewer or a screen share. So say you're traveling, right? You have your laptop with you. You're going around, you're in Italy, Milan, like me, Excelsior Hotel, but I want to be able to connect to my home desktop. So there's something called RDP, which allows you to then basically remotely access your computer at home and trade off of that connection and that Wi-Fi. So that's a pretty cool concept. There is some lag effect in it because your computer is you're basically using a different computer within your own current one, but it's still something that if you have all your stock screeners, your softwares, your applications, if they're all installed in your home desktop, that's totally fine. You can still access it using RDP. Those are the very 3 important key components of trading while traveling. I have a ton of students who want to do this, right? And it's just awesome because that's all you need. You just need your laptop or a mobile connection, and that's it. There's nothing else that's holding you back from being able to trade, right? Sometimes people use multiple screens and a whole desktop setup, and that's cool and all, but once you start trading, and honestly, once you get into the rhythm and the groove of it, you'll find that you just need a few key items, right? You're just looking for the key component. The most basic rule that I teach my students at In Penny Stock is the double catalyst rule. All right, and this used to be like a secret that I used to have behind a paid wall at In Penny Stock, but it's too valuable to kind of just keep contracted like that. And the double catalyst rule is essentially combining two main elements of the stock market, right? You have your technical part, which is the stock price and the charts and all that, and then you have your fundamental part, which is the actual components of the business. How is its financials? How's the management team? You know, are they profitable? How's their cash flow? What is their story, right? So you'll probably have heard, or once you access the In Penny Stock University, you'll see that the fundamental part of penny stocks is mainly BS, right? You don't really care. Honestly, I'm trading, and my students are trading ticker symbols, acronyms, right? HLT for Hilton, or T for, I think that's Verizon, or AT&T. I'm sorry, that's AT&T. I don't even look at I knew the names of those because I've been trading them for a while, but when I'm looking at certain stocks and creating my watch lists and utilizing screeners, I don't even end up usually knowing the company name. I utilize the little acronym that they have for their stock ticker, and then I look at the technical analysis portion to be able to understand, if I'm day trading, when to buy and when to sell, right? Key things is just figuring out the level of support, the level of resistance, that'll tell me the range in which the stock is trading, and then I know how to kind of profit. But the double catalyst rule basically takes into account two factors. It takes into account the technical analysis portion, which is usually a breakout. I usually only trade 52-week breakouts, so that means I look at the 1-year price chart, look at the highest point that it's been, and I set an alert there, okay? Set an alert, and once you know that the stock is about to hit that point, once it breaks out, I'll get a notification on my phone or my laptop that, oh, this stock is broken out. Boom, I'll immediately go into my trading platform, go to that stock. Now, what the average trader, unfortunately, and again, the average trader loses money, what they do is that they'll take this as a perk to, oh, it's a breakout, let me buy it, let me ride the momentum. Wrong, okay? It can work. I would say I would give it a 40 to 50% chance of success. Not the best, not the worst, but I like to be able to stack my odds of probability to be able to profit. That's why I'm able to do these types of international trips and able to kind of teach you guys and able to not have to worry about my bank account, is not because I'm smart or anything like that, but just because I've seen these patterns. I've seen it for the last half decade, and over 50,000 students seen their problems, their issues, and diagnosed it. And that's why we created the double catalyst rule. It's because you see that breakout, but you don't trade unless there's a reason for that breakout, okay? A lot of the times the stock market is just crazy, and you don't know what direction it's going in. But if you utilize the double catalyst rule, the second part of that rule is making sure that there's some sort of significant news that is causing that stock price to rise up and break that 52-week high. So for example, if I'm trading, say, HLT, Hilton, right? And it does a 52-week break high. Fantastic, but you know what? Hilton, if you take a look at their stock price, that's been breaking new highs every month for the last year, right? A year ago it was at $50, or 2 years ago it was at $50, now it's at $100. And I probably would have lost money if I tried to just trade off of the breakout, because it'll go up and then it'll go down, and it'll go back up and then it'll go down. Obviously, if I held it for a long duration of time, I would have profited, but not all penny stocks are like that. So that's why I would combine it with the second rule, the fundamental rule, which is there a news catalyst? Is there a great piece of fundamental part of this business or this company that is causing the stock price to rise in that fashion? So that would be something like positive earnings, or a new contract, or if you're looking at a biotech company, they passed the clinical trial step. There's a lot of different kind of fundamental good news, right? And you can use a stock screener tool like finviz.com, Equity Feed. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but these are just tools that I've found, that I've used personally, that have been benefiting me a lot, and that I recommend to my students at the In Penny Stock University to take advantage of in order to be successful. So Yeah, honestly, I kind of mixed two crazy concepts, but really hope that helped you guys. You know, if you're looking to trade while traveling, this video has it all. This is all you need to know, right? Obviously, you know, you can learn a lot more about the basics and the intermediate concepts that we teach at IPS University, but on a high 30,000 foot level, those are the key things that allow you to be successful as a trader if you want to trade while traveling. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Depending on when you guys see this video, if you want to check out inpennystock.com, you can get access to our free 7-day trial where you can be able to access all my 250 plus videos and important stock trading softwares, as well as our VIP Facebook group where we go into detail about these types of successful tactics for you to be a profitable trader. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.